Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm spiritual coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, September 19th, 2021. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Sunday morning. If you're new to this podcast, please be sure to check out my website at lisahopp.com for all about my services, my upcoming events, all about all the work that I do and why I do it. And for those of you coming back week after week, thank you, intrepid listeners. I appreciate you so much. I love your testimonials and your feedback. Gratitude, just out and out, abundant gratitude. Thank you so much. So as always, I choose the topic for my podcast usually 1 or 2 days before. Sometimes a little bit further out. Sometimes I wake up in the morning on Sunday and have to come up with it. I went into today thinking I was going to do a whole other topic. But then as I sat down to record this podcast, another one came to me. And then I realized, well, you can throw in the other topic too because it applies. So here we go. The topic today is what is holding you back? What is holding you back? Holding you back from your ideal life. Holding you back from health. Holding you back from love. Because you see, if something wasn't holding you back, you'd have all that you want right now. Anything you would ask for, you'd receive a moment later. There would be no blocks. No impediments. Now some of you are listening and your answer is, what's holding me back is money. Or what's holding me back is I have children and that requires me to travel, so I can't travel. What's holding me back is the coworker that's not doing everything that they should be doing. Now that third one, that was the topic this week before I sat down. What can we complain about? What do we complain about? And how can we get away with it? How can we do it in such a way that we're still removing what would be in our way to have all that we would ask for, all that we would desire to design our ideal life? Being a certified life coach and spiritual teacher, the hardest thing for me to do, I guess, if I had to pick out something, is to teach, is to give the way to achieve your goals, your dreams, and then honor your free will and watch you live your life. If I have the opportunity to watch you live your life. And many times, and it's not even professional, it's personal to those that I care about. I will give them all the tips, all the tools. And then I watch them do the complete opposite. And there's nothing I can do about it. And I don't judge it. I wish I could do something about it, but I can't because of free will. Free will is a gift. You are allowed to design whatever life you want. You have all the power. So often, though, we take the power away from us. And we put our unhappiness or the way our life is going onto something or someone else. If they would just behave differently, if they would just pay me more, then everything would be great. It just doesn't work like that. You have to feel and think and see that life is working for you first. You have to believe it. You have to enjoy it, be grateful, not have gratitude of, well, it could be worse. But really abundant appreciation and gratitude of what is happening in the present moment, while asking and knowing that what you fully ask for is yours. And what often holds us back is that wanting for another to show us that we're worthy, that we're deserving, whether it be the boss or the partner. If you show me you appreciate me, if you show me you love me, then I'll know I'm worthy to do and to have whatever I would ask for. We always look outward, or often look outward, for our own validation. But here is the powerful thing that is not embedded within us, but what we can program within us. You see, what you talk about, what you complain about, what you focus on comes back to you. It's what you get. That is why it is said, be careful what you wish for. You'll get it. Do you really want the boss that doesn't appreciate you? Or the spouse that doesn't give you time? Do you really want people who gossip about you? The child that doesn't call? When you keep talking about what you're unhappy with and what you don't want, you get more of it. It's so very simple. It's so simple. I teach this over hours and weeks. But it's so very simple. We are human. Yes, we have moments. No one is expected to act or be perfect. So how do you fix this? When you go to complain, do it, feel it. I just had this happen. I've been inconvenienced by an audit. Not a full-on audit, a question about an income source from my state tax department. So now I have to compile papers and fill out forms to explain a source of income. So what I did in my own way is that I had a moment, just one sentence, where I thought fully and felt fully the inconvenience of that. In my very productive, busy work life, I now have to make time before a certain date to answer a question. Truly, just a question, but with a lot of fuss. So what I did is I let myself feel and think that. And then at the tail end of it, I said right out loud, they just don't understand. And when I explain it to them, I probably won't have to deal with it again. That was my way of coming to peace with it, of turning it around, rather than get frustrated or impatient or I guess even angry if I wanted to be. Because honestly, it's such a small amount. They're spending more paying the employee than the amount that I earned per hour, actually. Probably, or at least a day of earnings. So rather than have that as something I can rage about, I spent one line on it with a tail end of, but this is how I am going to feel about it. They just don't know. They just don't understand. Peace. Whenever you go to complain, let yourself feel it. Whenever you feel wronged, and I mean this from the smallest way to the largest way. If it's very, very large, you've had a tremendous hurt. A great hurt. You have to feel it. You have to process it. You can't bury it and block it because it keeps attracting for you. It's matter, it's energy. So you have to feel pain, hurt, betrayal, rage, anger, all of that. And when I feel that, I always go to at some point, whether it be say a couple minutes into that feeling, at one moment at a time. At the end of that feeling, I will say, I may not understand, but there's always a purpose. Or if it's someone who consistently hurts you, this has happened before. I'm going to figure out what to do about this because it's not what I deserve. You put the lighter healing statement at the back, the end of that feeling. Feel the anger, feel the pain. It's rightful at times to feel that way. If it's about work, I can always go somewhere else. I can always talk to my employer. I am my own person. But what's holding you back? What holds us back? Our beliefs about needing things that block us, such as money, perhaps healthcare. We see a box that we're in. Or as I said before, is what's holding you back is needing approval, validation, love. Everything that you could possibly want or ask for is yours already. If you want love, feel love for yourself, and then watch the environment love you more. If you feel you can't move to another job because of money or health care, listen to what your reason is for not being able to move. Is it a chosen belief, or is it a truth? Nearly 100% of the time, it is a thought and a feeling and a belief that you're choosing to have, and not fully based in reality. Are you really stuck? Or are you choosing to be stuck? Is what's holding you back, and I've seen this before with my clients. Fear, but fear of, if I make that move, if I make that change, will I be worse off? Will my quality of life go down? Well, the answer is no, because if you stay in the position you're in, doesn't matter how much material possessions you have. If you're suffering inside, you're worse off anyway. But if you step into the change you want to make, even if you have obstacles at first, impediments, have to do without at first, struggles, the pride, the courage, the strength, the resilience, you'll come through greater and better, and will be able to climb higher mountains. So I'm eating ramen noodles, but I'm in a better place. And only good things can happen from there. We often feel that our environment is our reality, that what we see with our naked eyes is our reality. That is only the reality that you created in the past. You designed it. Don't judge or blame yourself. Just take ownership and change the pictures. Change the moment. Change the future. And fear is 99% of the time, if not 99.5% of the time, an illusion. It's just another obstacle. It's just what holds you back. And we can have a fear of success just as much as a fear of failure. There are people that play the lottery every day, but are afraid to win. They're afraid of being robbed, or that they'll lose friends, or that family will come out of the woodwork and bother them. What will it mean? There are people that stay in a job waiting for retirement. They show up waiting for retirement. You cannot get that time back. Time is yours. What do you want to do with it? What holds you back? I have to say, for me, I have a great understanding of what can hold a person back. And I've spent the greater part of my adult life working through my beliefs, blocks, limitation, thoughts. Because limitations are just thoughts and beliefs. You are unlimited. I am capable of achieving anything I set my mind to, as are you. And I'm very happy to say that I've had a lot of success with removing what holds me back. There's still things there, but so minimal compared to how it was. And I don't worry the way I used to. I have a moment of worry and then I go right at it. Where perhaps I would have weeks and months of worry before. If I have a moment of fear, I ask for help from my spiritual helpers, my angels, my spirit guides, whomever I want to call upon, especially if it's about fear about the physical, like physical danger, I call on them. Keep me safe when I'm in cars and planes and trains. I don't worry about the future so much. I try to take each day one day at a time, sometimes on one moment at a time. When I go to think something or feel something, I talk myself through it. Is there a truth in that? Is there evidence to back up how I feel? And if there isn't, I'm letting it go. And if there is, I have to work on how I feel about it, and if necessary, feel forgiveness, acceptance. We're here in this human body, and we have human emotions. No matter how ascended or enlightened you are, you're going to feel something human. I personally never have spent time with the Dalai Lama, but I would imagine he has a moment here and there. Probably less than others. But you can't escape human emotion in a human body. It's literally made to give you senses. To cause the hair on your arms to stand up and on the back of your neck at times. We are here living our human experience. But it can be so much more fulfilling and harmonious and happy and joyful if you can conquer what holds you back. If you want approval from others, whether it be a friend or a family member or a boss, approve of yourself first. It's not their job to make you feel better about you. If you want health, feel healthy. And then you'll get all the help you need to be healthy. What you put out expands. If you dwell in sickness, you get more sickness. If you dwell in health, you get more health. It's very easy, isn't it, though, to dwell in sickness or to dwell in pain, physical pain. Yes. So the key is to get inside yourself, to get into your being, to meditate, actually, to center yourself in the moment, to laugh at a funny movie or a romantic movie, whatever helps you to escape. And you'll notice the more you do that, both those things, you'll notice you didn't notice your physical ailments as much. And when you weren't noticing your physical ailments as much, you were giving them an opportunity to heal. That's why they say laughter is the best medicine. Positive attitude means everything. What you put out, you get back. And here's another thing. Everyone, every single person on this planet is living from their own emotions, their own thoughts, their own stories. And they're perceiving them from where they come from, not from where you come from, even if you lived in the same home, from where they come from. And that's why they treat you the way they do. It has nothing to do with you. I've had, in my old days of being an employee, nice bosses, but also not so nice bosses. What an unhealthy relationship. How much time have you spent trying to please another human being? And they have the power because your pay is in their hands. Pleasing them is necessary to stay employed. It's so slanted. And I've come to realize over the years that whether they were an okay boss or a great boss or an awful boss, or have to say, though, for the most part, don't have the best memories of bosses, but I've come to understand that it was never about me. It's always about them, what kind of life they were having. I had a boss once that brought his personal life to work because he was going through a transition in it and going through pain. And he would lash out and attack because of what was going on outside the building. Was it professional? No. But it wasn't about me. I couldn't have done anything better. I couldn't have done anything more. He was going to be the way he was wanting to be or deciding to be. He was going through pain. I hope if he's still on this earth, he's incredibly happy now. How someone treats you is never anything to do with you. They can appreciate you to the moon and back. If they're a partner in your life, they can love you to the moon and back. But how they treat you has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them and what they're going through and what they're capable to give. And everything that holds them back and doesn't hold them back. So that is why it is said, treat others as you wish to be treated. Because you see, if you keep treating others as if you want to be treated, lovingly, unconditionally, generously, understanding, empathetically, eventually your environment will surround itself with people that treat you exactly the same. But if you allow the boss or the partner that's going through something to define how you live your life, how you feel, what you talk about, you're just going to get more of that. All you're going to do is get a tribe around you that further amplifies what you don't want to have. Don't you see that I've spoken about this before? Someone goes on Facebook and they vent. And then all kinds of people get on and go, oh, that's awful. Yeah, oh, yeah. What a jerk that person was. Now that person, for the moment, I guess, feels better that everyone is understanding or tribing up with them. But what that initial venter did was amplify what they don't want. Say you're poor, you get poverty. Say you're fat, watch the scale go up. Even if you think it's a joke, the universe doesn't have emotions like that. The energy field around us doesn't laugh. It doesn't say, oh, Lisa's a great person. Let's work for her a little bit harder. No. I'm an awesome person, a phenomenal person. But if I'm not open to receiving abundance and love and health, if I'm resisting, if I'm holding back, I'm not going to get it. And if the villain next door, no matter who they are, is open to everything good, they're going to get it. I remember not that long ago, there were two Wall Street guys who won a huge lottery, and people were upset because they weren't really being good guys about it, and while there was a judgment, they weren't good guys. The universe doesn't care if you're good, bad, evil, not evil. It responds to the vibration of the energy you put out, which are your thoughts, your feelings, your words. If you proclaim with feeling that you are abundant, you get abundance. There is no judgment if you deserve it. Yet, we want to get upset when people receive what we feel they shouldn't receive. It should be ours, not theirs. You're only stagnating. You're only holding yourself back from what you're really wanting. And I've said this recently, and I say this to all of you listeners. I can tune in to another story because I have that ability. But most of us walking around this world can have no idea of another story. And I can get a synopsis, I can get an overview, but I can't get the full measure of it because I'm not that person. We assume a lot. And we know what can happen when we assume. People have a full book of experiences. Of things they've heard. Of beliefs and perceptions that were given to them. Just as you have, so has another. Be very careful about when you assume or when you go to judge. I tend to judge hatefulness. But I can still at the same time look at that person and understand that their hate comes from hating themselves and not receiving enough love. And then I remind myself that that can be overcome with an intention and determination. When you are finding things holding you back, whether it be just about money, maybe it's fear, worry, lack of confidence. I had a young client recently. I saw such a vibrant, wonderful success story for her. I also saw the moments when she could derail herself temporarily with lack of confidence and belief, stall her life. If you are drawn to do something, whether it be a career or anything that would bring you joy, you are already set up for success. We only go towards what we can do. If you want to be a nurse, so many people stop themselves from being nurses because they don't think they'll succeed. If you want to be it, you're supposed to be it. You already have the keys. What holds you back is letting yourself down. Do you self-sabotage when you're trying to eat healthy? Ask yourself why. If you ask yourself why, you'll get the answer. It may even surprise you. You are an unlimited being by the very nature of your existence. At your hands is all the power you could possibly need or want. If there's a trip you want to go on, you can pull it off. Don't let the false impediments stop you. They are only in your mind. If you set your mind to a new channel, a new dial, your life will change. Do yourself that service. Thank you so much for joining me today. I felt that the podcast today was a bit of a grab bag of different tips and keys, but what I feel pulled to talk about, I know I'm guided to do. And I know whoever is inevitably going to listen to this podcast at any time in the future, you were supposed to hear it. And I wish all of you many blessings. The feeling of unlimitedness, and a life that you're happy with because it's all that you deserve. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're listening to this on YouTube, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And please also, for those who are new, go to my website at lisahop.com. And also like and follow me on Facebook under Spirit Teacher Lisa Hop. Thank you so much again. Have a wonderful Sunday and an amazing week. Thank you.